that's not the same thing he was doing back when he was running for president, Steve. He had all of his surrogates out from day one, and they had the Organizing for America apparatus, and they were just fantastic. And so now for Joe Biden, and I understand there's a pandemic, and I understand people wanting to be safe, but you still have to touch voters where they are, Steve. And where people are right now is at home. And so knocking the door and then stepping back 6 or 12 feet and saying, hey, I'm here for my candidate, that's what the Trump administration and the Trump campaign is doing. And I don't see why he would wait.
They're holding masks.
Other than he feels like he has some cachet with Black America that will
Stacey Washington. Stacey Washington. Stacey Washington. Stacey Washington.
For one thing,
Stacey Washington.
Groups of like 8
Stacey Washington. Stacey Washington.
He's doing a viral video. It's not like he's saying, let me gather 60,000 people online and let's kind of, be cool.
Donald Trump is gathering tens of thousands.
It was him outdoors. It was him in
spreading COVID.
It was him speaking to people in crowds, and there were flags waving overhead, blowing in the breeze, and he was in a finely cut suit, and he had his beautiful wife and kids with him. This is not that, and this is not 2009. This is 2020, and what we need is someone who has.
And 222,000 Americans have died from COVID.
Barack Obama, and it's not Joe Biden.
Well, I tell you what, Stacey. Yesterday, Barack Obama was taking credit for the economy. Today, listen to this.
You will. Ooh, I'm going to chill. I'm going to chill. I'm going to chalk this up as ignorance.
And zero blame for the pandemic that he ignored. But you know what? The job doesn't work that way.
Someone please speak to her.
What do you think of that?
Someone please speak to her.
Okay, so, Steve,
nothing is funny. 220,000 Americans are dead.
Blaming the economy on George Bush. They oversaw the slowest recovery in the history of recoveries. And now that President Trump has brought the lowest Black unemployment rate, the lowest unemployment rate for women. And the best GDP we've had in decades.
She has no idea what she's talking about.
He owns 5 homes. He should go back to Martha's Vineyard and chill instead of saying things like that. We know better.
Somebody talk to her.
You've been on the ground.
Somebody talk to her now.
In Missouri and elsewhere. What
Nothing is funny.
Like?
Donald Trump has killed 220,000 Americans using COVID. Most of them niggas.
Phone calls that have been made, doors knocked,
and she is sitting.
By Trump victory.
Somebody talk to her.
The issue is voter registration.
Somebody talk to her now, please.
In all of the battleground states on registrations. In Pennsylvania, we now have more registrations than ever before for Republicans.
Not a lot of niggas left. COVID is being spread with you. Somebody talk to her.
For Black America, $500 billion of investment.
Somebody talk to her.
The president's doing for all Americans.
Right.
Someone talk to her ASAP.
It's going to be a win for President Trump.
All right, that's your prediction. Stacey, thank you very much for joining us on this Thursday.
Thanks, Steve. Good morning.
Good morning to you. All right, moving on. Congressman Adam Schiff says he does not trust DNI Ratcliffe's warning about election interference that you heard last night.
Ratcliffe.
We don't know whether this is
Big shouts out 21.
Or whether it's the assessment of the analyst.
Okay, we're going to talk to Jim Jordan about that. Top of the hour.
Big up, homeboy. Happy birthday. Happy born week, homeboy.
Among my patients, I often see them have teeth sensitivity as well as gum issues. Does it worry me? Absolutely.
Let me hold up, folks. Hold up, folks. Hey, let me explain this. They only love you when you broke. Let me explain this. I'm just going to tell you off top. I would have been dead if I had money. I couldn't say what I say if I had a bunch of money. There's been a lot of individuals that have spent time on things that don't. It's a good thing. I'm not bugging. I'm different. The money gotta hit me last. The money gotta hit me last. See, I think of stories when I think about me, a black man in the United States of America, and if I had a bunch of money, I would be perceived by the powers that be as a problem instead of an opportunity. Because I don't have a lot of money. I live in New York, the most expensive place on the planet to live, but I don't have any money like that. I haven't leveled up. I don't care to. I have to be understood. Because most people don't understand we. Like the Constitution, the laws and all that. The Constitution, the biggest problem with the Constitution is it isn't upheld. The perception of the Constitution. You know, years ago, they used the Constitution to kill black people, to hang black people. They use it. They put people in positions of power to interpret the Constitution how they see it. Right now, we have individuals, conservatives, who interpret the Constitution as it was in the 1800s. They see black people as less than human. And there are a lot of people that are nice people, and they're cool people, and they claim to be conservatives. I don't understand how you can be an American and see the Constitution as it was in the 1800s, 1776. I don't care who you are. I can't mess with you. And there's some people that I don't know are conservatives. You might as well tell me you want me dead if you're a conservative. That's just my opinion. As it pertains to the black community, I know a lot of people, they see me different. If I had a bunch of money, I would be considered I would be considered a rat. You know what I'm talking about? Because I make sure the FBI knows who the heaven I am. Because I've been messed with by the FBI my whole life. I've been on paper for what I do my whole life. My whole life. I've been smoking out since I was 14. Back in the day, smoking out was gangster. They killed. I have so many homeboys that are no longer here that have been murdered by the system over herb, not over drugs, over herb. I've been this way since I was a kid. I do my due diligence. I had to bounce. I was a military kid. My connections in life wasn't online. It was books. It was knowledge itself. So I didn't it took me a while every time I moved a lot. It took me a while to get into the groove of shit. I never lived anywhere for any amount of time. My whole childhood. I can't go back to my old schools and shit and see my old friends. I don't have a hometown. I don't have old friends. They're all dead. My gangsters on herb. That's a doggone shame. They used the Constitution. I'm going to chill. So nowadays, when cats hear me address the FBI or address our intelligence agencies or address politics, that's from the position of an American citizen.
Sounds like a director of national intelligence, John Radcliffe, told us last night Iran is behind fake emails intimidating voters as Russia has gotten their hands on.
So I know if I had a bunch of money, if I was out here in society, stunting and all that, you know what I'm talking about? If I was out here doing that, I would be dead. There are too many people out there that have no idea what is going on. There are so many people out there. There are people, they pay people on national television, on Fox News. I can sit here and watch people on Fox News break the law all day long in support of murdering innocent Americans, mostly black.
Trying to help Joe Biden, the same Obama-Biden administration that gave him a bunch of money. I think the real story here, too, is the Never Trumpers Lincoln Project is using that information to go after the president. Using this.
You see this white man?
And frankly, I thought about this morning.
He's the Constitution.
That the people have used.
He's also a pedophile.
Because remember, during impeachment, Fiona Hill testified and said the dossier was Russian disinformation, and that the people who used that got played.
That's a lie. He just lied on national television.
That the Never Trumper Lincoln Project is using this information to go after the president.
See, Obama spoke from the Lincoln Project. Hear me now.
Want Joe Biden to win. After all, I gave him a bunch of cash.
Yeah, a bunch of Republican rejects while trying to find their place in the world. Adam Schiff.
They attack Republicans now.
Playing politics in his very.
They just attack Americans. They're speaking to destroy America. See, I know all of this. Some people think that when I holler at the FBI, that I'm doing something other than saving hundreds of thousands of lives. These white folks on national television out here killing people.
To suppress the Democratic vote, or an effort.
The FBI works for we.
Or simply to sow chaos. It's hard to see how that could be hurtful.
The FBI upholds the Constitution as it is interpreted now.
Or whether it's the assessment.
They understand rap music.
Sadly, for the American people is. They can rely.
These people don't. They see rap music as an enemy to them and their culture. They're afraid of people that make rap music. They want people that make rap music and such dead.
John Ratcliffe.
They support killing black Americans.
Adam Schiff should not be questioning anyone's trustworthiness when he was the guy who told us that he had no contact with the whistleblower, and we know for a fact that his staff met with the whistleblower. So the idea that he's
like he said, he had no contact with the whistleblower. Jim Jordan is a criminal. He kills people. He violates the Constitution as the Constitution.
With Russia, when in fact we know he did it, and we now know based on John Brennan's notes that it was all conjured up by Hillary Clinton, and we know because Rick Grinnell released the transcripts that these folks, these same 50 people who went after this laptop issue this past week, these same 50 people.
And Fox News says, yeah, right. And all he's doing is lying, killing people.
The Trump-Russia investigation when they did. And now he's lecturing us about John Ratcliffe, who's doing a good
Miss
job.
Ainsley's sick of it. She's sick of being a part of this trash.
And persuade them to go vote for President Trump even more. That really makes me mad to hear Adam Schiff say that.
Brian Kilmeade loves it. He loves to kill people. Jim Jordan is a pedophile. He's fighting for his life. He will say anything. Oh, cut him short, no goodbye? No goodbye? Why y'all keep cutting people off? Sean Hannity cutting people off last night in the middle of the interview. You cutting off your pedophile high crime. What's going on at Fox News? What's going on at Fox News?
The mute button, as it will, but it's not an at-will.
How y'all just gonna cut off high crimes?
Let me explain how it's going to work.
You see what I'm saying? See, if I had a bunch of money, I couldn't do that. People would think I do it for money. I don't do anything for money. I do what I do for the love of my country, for the love of my people. And the FBI works for we. The FBI keeps us safe. The FBI, shout out Jim Jordan, who just sat there and did all he could. I'm going to chill. See, I can't call. I'm going to chill. Big shouts out Ice Cube. Huh? Shout out Ice Cube. Pause.
Donald Trump isn't suddenly going to protect all of us. He can't even take the basic steps to protect himself.
Understand we. I'm not out here playing. I'm not out here lazy. I'm not out here sitting back doing nothing. Why do you think I have no money? And I can tell you what I know. So I can tell you what I know. So we can move to heaven on. Some people out here, he broke because he got all kind of reasons because I don't have millions of dollars. Or label me something I'm not. I know they only love you when you're broke. Of course they're gonna be people out there that shout you out and all that because you got money. That's a given. You got money. What you look like out here broke?
Of course this should come up, but what I also hope really comes up is the president stresses what he did for the American people. The fact
he killed 220,000 Americans, mostly black and white, using Fox News Entertainment. With the support of Fox News Entertainment, our economy is in the trash. Every deal we had for peace has been violated. Every regulation we had to save Americans' lives has been overturned. Now he's trying to put in a conservative,
and she's going on the court in a matter
Amy Coney Barrett.
No president has done more of what they said they would do than this.
Kill American people.
Out tonight, loudly and clearly, and the American people understand that. And of course, this Hunter Biden.
Amy Barrett
because it goes to the credibility
knows that I don't have the right to breathe. Shout out George Floyd.
Tech giants, tech companies censoring this.
Who's talking to him like this?
We're just 12 days before this.
Who's talking to this pedophile like this? Label me what you wanna. I don't give a fuck.
Talked about 10 held by H. We don't know what that means. Maybe, they're different. Maybe 10.
This is criminality. This is going to get you all killed.
His business partner, Tony Bobulinski,
Yep.
Steve was talking about this earlier.
Yep.
This is the statement he just released. What I am outlining is fact. I know it is fact because I lived it. I am the CEO of Cinehawk Holdings, which was a partnership between the Chinese operating through CEFC.
Can he verify any of this? Or are you reading something someone wrote to you? Is it verifiable information or are you spreading disinformation? How well do you know Tony Bobulinski?
In the email is Jim Biden, Joe's brother.
Does he have a pattern of telling the truth?
He never talked to Hunter about his.
What did he say before he said this?
That's not true.
But you all use it. You all use it in your news program.
Because it wasn't just Hunter's business. Yep. They said that they were putting the Biden.
They said, he said, she said. What are we doing, people?
What do you think?
Are we passing disinformation? Yes, we are. Big shouts out to FBI. That's all I got. Look at Miss Ainsley. She ready to cry.
We now have a guy who is a business partner who will testify to it.
We now have a guy who's a business partner who will testify.
I told you that these emails are accurate, and of course the big guy reference is in fact to the former Vice President Joe Biden.
This is criminality.
Those three questions. Ask him to answer those three questions, and then the more important question: why won't you say so? Why won't you answer those questions? But they won't do it, and frankly, over the last few days, they haven't had a chance to.
That would be engaging in criminality.
Talk to the press.
On top of that, they go on. Bobulinski spent decades in the military.
He spent decades. We have ISIS soldiers in the military.
97 pages, at which time it revealed that
big up Miss Ainsley. I'm gonna make sure you good, ma'am.
Was using it as a piggy bank. Hunter.
This is wrong. You are being put in a position to support murdering innocent Americans. These are political crimes. And they have your pretty self sitting right there in the middle of it.
He says he looked behind the curtain and he's concerned what he saw. He says the
federal crimes.
Way in which they leverage the family name to make
Vladimir Putin sitting back like, you all learned well.
The American people must must know about. Now, when the president brings this up, if he
You all are doing well.
and they get into substance abuse,
This is
which
politics.
sadly so many of us can relate to.
Politically transmitted diseases.
So the president's got to be
Fuck around and get a dictator.
not on Hunter's business dealings,
No, on Joe,
but
yeah.
on how it relates to Joe Biden and how he might be.
Oh, now go ahead and bring all the criminality you just spoke on, which has nothing to do with the truth, to a
Is Twitter going to continue
nominated presidential candidate.
people from
Yes.
getting access to
The
this
answer is yes.
information? 12. So let's hope that Jack.
This is
Dorsey
bad, Miss Ainsley.
And Mark Zuckerberg and these.
Look at Brian. He feel the same way, but he's obligated to continue to lie. Because if he stops now, he admits guilt.
American people from
Ducey don't have nothing to say.
information
Nothing.
a candidate
He's
for
smart.
office in our country for the most important position in the world. Why are you preventing the American people from getting information about that just 12 days before this election?
Right, and they're going to bring up the fact that the president paid $177,000 in taxes and has an office there. He's an international business person.
How much in taxes did he pay to China? It was more than he paid to the United States of America.
The money's there, and you have to have an office to have business in China. Ivanka's
Donald Trump pays more in taxes in China than he does the United States of America.
everything you make. That's called
Big shouts out Robert Kiyosaki.
before they got this job. Jim Jordan, great to see
But he
you.
did it
And you
because-
didn't button your button. I was surprised. No, I was not surprised, no jacket, but a little surprised you didn't button the top button today.
Okay, thanks, man. Take care.
He'll button up a
So
child.
he probably would have been nominated for the Supreme Court. Bye, Jim Jordan.
By pedophile.
All right.
All right. It is 7:14 here on the East Coast. Coming up, some in the media say the polls show President Trump has no chance in 12 days. But our next guest says, forget the polls, the crowds tell the real story.
I can't say what I say with a bunch of money because then I'm responsible. Because people have put money in my hand and they have the power to tell me what I can and can't say, where I need to be, where I need to do this, I need to do that. I can't afford that right now. I have a country, a whole Congress and Senate watched it from the beginning, saw this happening, told everyone I could. I don't have time to get money. 220,000 Americans are dead.
Why is Old Dominion #1 in customer satisfaction? Maybe it's our over 99% on-time.
The FBI doesn't want to die. The FBI knows that herb is not a drug.
Old Dominion, helping the world keep promises. If you elect me, your taxes are going to be...
The FBI knows that there is no such thing as a drug. The FBI knows our federal government uses drugs, quote unquote drugs, to enslave Americans.
You're going to get a tax raise.
An economy in ruins. That's what Joe Biden's tax increase means for you.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Lisa, let me help you with that. You should look into shopping online.
They only love you when you're broke. Of course they love you when you got a bunch of money. Let you mess around and get respect broke. Who are you?
If you don't dispose of the unused or expired prescription medications in your home, they might find a new one. They could end up lost, stolen, or simply misused. Keep your family...
Why are most black people afraid of the FBI?
Save lives by securing your meds.
Because they investigate? You know, up until these days, I'm going to chill on that one.
Space, messy wires everywhere. Introducing Socket Shelf by Sharper Image, the new outlet expander that adds a shelf to any outlet.
How do you interpret the Constitution? See, I raised all my children the best I possibly could. They are grown, all of them. What up, baby doc? Store owners. My babies, I'm going to chill. They are grown.
Understanding how to talk to your doctor about treatment options is key.
I am a life vet. I fulfilled my contract to the United States government honorably.
Seeing someone's face
that comforts us, no matter where. When those around us
I did my time to the door. Twice. White man told me twice I was going to be a slave for 50 plus years.
and that spark can make a difference when we use it to improve things, then that change.
I did my time to the door.
We won't settle for less.
I did not request counsel. The mayor of the third largest city in the state I was living in at the time represented me, was my counsel, and who was a judge and the mayor, my secondary counsel, his father, a judge, a juvenile judge.
And it all happens thanks to the experts at Paychex. When it's time to add a new member to your team, the Paychex suite of next generation HR solutions.
You want me to go pull out the paperwork, huh? You want me to go pull out the paperwork? That's what you want me to do. To the door.
Thousands of experts in payroll, HR, benefits, and insurance. Go to paychex.com/future.
For small businesses, payroll is complex.
The FBI has a job to do, and it has nothing to do with fucking with niggas. Know that. It has everything to do with keeping the American people safe.
So spend more time for your small business and less time on payroll and taxes. To learn more and get a free 1-month trial, visit surepayroll.com now or call 844-SURE-PAYROLL.
This government is for the people. It will be for the people. And all of these people in charge with all the power that have used it, like Donald Trump has used his power to kill 220,000 Americans, labeling COVID a hoax.
Boat flotillas, car parades, and standing room only rallies. Many in the media make it sound like there's no hope for President Trump to win re-election. But over the last 4 months, our next guest has traveled all across the country to speak to every
220,000 Americans are dead.
He says, forget the polls. The silent majority is alive and well and growing.
The silent majority. Y'all use that too often.
Tim, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Okay, you wrote a great column yesterday in the Washington.
220,000 Americans are dead.
All started at a barber shop not far from Minneapolis, right?
Yes, I was outside of Minneapolis about 20
Big shouts out to people of the United States of America. I'm going to chill.
Around the country when I'm traveling.